Welcome to Guided, your weekly sanctuary where we blend the wisdom of the Enneagram with the art of intentional living. I'm your host, Evie, and you're so welcome here. Guided is all about helping you, the modern woman, find your flow in a world that's often all hustle and no heart. Whether you're navigating a career pivot, diving into creative pursuits, or just figuring out how to take better care of yourself, Guided is here to support you. This podcast is like a weekly chat with a good friend, one who's passionate about making your life feel good. At Guided, we believe in living with intention, fostering emotional well-being, and finding joy in the everyday. We tackle the big stuff like overthinking, setting boundaries, and avoiding burnout, all while keeping it real and relatable. Think of this as your go-to spot for practical tips, soulful conversations, and a reminder to break free from the grind. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. Thank you for choosing to make Guided a part of your weekly ritual. If you're ready to step into a life of intention and empowerment, then hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Hello, lovely listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Guided. I'm your host, Evie, and today we're diving into the vibrant world of creativity. I'm so excited. We're going to explore how the Enneagram can help you unlock your creative potential, enhance your innovative spirit. So grab your favorite drink, find a cozy spot, and let's get going. So creativity is a beautiful expression of our inner world. It's how we bring our thoughts, our feelings, and ideas to life. But even that can sound a bit overwhelming. And when we enter blocks and challenges that hinder our creative flow, understanding our Enneagram type, I think, can provide really valuable insights into your unique creative strengths and challenges. And that's going to help you navigate these obstacles with greater ease. And often when we talk about creativity, unless you are an obvious creative, and I mean that in the best way, so you paint, you write, you sing, you dance, you perform, the immediate response can be, well, I'm just not a very creative person. And to that, I would say, no. I think we all were creative when we were younger. You don't really come across that many 2 or 3-year-olds going, yep, I'm not very creative. But society, life, capitalism might have really shut that part of you down. And so when we're talking about creativity, I think it's really important to remember that we are all creative. We can be creative in our problem solving. We can be creative in our thinking. We can be creative, yeah, sure, in our painting and our writing. There are so many different ways to engage with our creativity. And I'm hoping that this episode might unlock that for you. I think it's so important as adults to play with this idea of creativity. What would it look like to make things just for fun? Not because we need to do it for work, not because we're creating a fun little task, not because we're creating something fun for our children to do. How can we invite creativity back into our days in a really easeful and empowering way? But let's begin by exploring the creative strengths and challenges for each stance. If you listened to episode 2 and 3, you'll have heard me talk about stances before. The Enneagram stances are assertive, compliant, and withdrawn, and they offer a lens through which we can understand our approach to life, and today, our approach to creativity and to innovation. So for the assertive stance, so this is type 3, 7, and 8. Creativity often comes through boldness and a drive to innovate. You guys are really good at being loud, proud, out there, and making something work better. However, the challenge for you guys lies in balancing what can be quite an intense energy with patience and reflection. So when things don't work the first time, how able are you to keep going and keep trying and keep creating? I would love for you to embrace your natural enthusiasm. But also take time to slow down and refine those ideas. It's okay if it doesn't work the first time. For the compliance stance, so this is types 1, 2, and 6, creativity is often fueled by a desire to meet the expectations and serve others. Remember, for the compliance stance, they often see the world through the lens of, I'm okay if everybody else is okay. Whereas the aggressive stance see the world through the lens of, I'm okay if I'm okay. I'm sure everybody else is looking after themselves. So you can see just that very big difference there already so the challenge for the compliance stance is allow yourself the freedom to explore and create without worrying about the approval of others. So this can look like creating and not sharing with anybody for a really long time. Even though you want that affirmation, need that affirmation, what would it look like to create without needing that approval, worrying about the approval, going looking for the approval? Can you trust your vision? Can you let your creativity flow without that constraint? And then for the withdrawing stance, so this is types 4s, 5s, and 9s. Creativity is often a very private, deeply introspective, and unique process. So the challenge for you guys is to bring your ideas to the world and share them with other people. Your inner world is so rich, and actually oftentimes the rest of us really need your insight. We need the way that we would love to understand the way that your brain works. So yes, embrace your inner world withdrawing stance, but also seek opportunities to connect and collaborate, share with other people, and bring that unique perspective to your community. I just want to remind you at this point that if you're unsure of your Enneagram type, you can take my free quiz, which is linked in the show notes. You can hit pause and do it now or complete the quiz at the end of this week's episode. But this is a really wonderful starting point for your Enneagram journey. So if you're new to the pod, new to the Enneagram, just kind of getting your feet wet, go and have a little look at that quiz and see which direction it points you in with regard to your Enneagram type. Okay, then I wanted to look at the centers of intelligence. So again, if you've listened to episode 2 or 3 or 4, 5, and 6, you'll know all about the centers of intelligence. So the Enneagram introduces us to 3 centers of intelligence: the body center, the heart center, and the head center. Each center has its own unique way of processing the world. So the body center trusts its gut, the heart center feels its way through life, and the head center thinks and plans. Knowing your center of intelligence is so helpful in understanding your natural inclinations and how you make your decisions. So for the body center, types 8, 9, and 1, physical movement can be a really powerful way to stimulate creativity. So engaging in activities like yoga or dance or just even a walk around the block is going to really stimulate that creative part of your mind. Can you let your body lead you into a state of flow where ideas can just really emerge and find you effortlessly? I also think hands-on creative activities, so things like cooking or gardening, even something like sculpting maybe. I know those pottery classes are really popular at the moment, is a really great way to begin to wake up the creative part of the mind. Okay, for the heart center, so types 2, 3, and 4, emotions are a really key driver of creativity. So engaging with them through expressive arts like painting or writing or music are going to really allow you to channel your feelings. Journaling is also a really powerful tool, and this is going to help you explore and articulate your inner experiences. However, I know that journaling has been a bit of a buzzword over recent years. A lot of people roll their eyes when they hear people talk about journaling. I love journaling. I think it can be really powerful, especially if we're looking for creative inspiration. So for Heart Center, can you allow your feelings to guide you towards your authentic and heartfelt creative expression? What would it look like to gift yourself an hour to sit down and paint or write or just listen to music? Okay, and then finally for the Head Center, so this is types 5, 6, and 7, intellectual stimulation and that kind of curiosity are vital for you guys in engaging with creativity. So activities that challenge your mind, like reading, different kind of puzzles, word puzzles, and brainstorming sessions are really going to help allow yourself to explore new ideas and perspectives. So what we want to do is really let your curiosity, which is just naturally there for the Head Center, to lead you towards innovative solutions. I also think having a meditation practice or a mindfulness practice for the Head Center is so important because it's going to quiet down the mind and then allow space for inspiration to arise. So great if you're a type 5, 6, or 7. I just wanted to share a few client stories to perhaps inspire you. One of my clients who I'm working with at the moment, she is a type 4 romantic individualist, and she felt really stuck in her creative writing. Writing is such a huge part of her life. She has written books. She loves to write, but was feeling blocked, just not able to get back into it. And actually, it had been months of feeling really blocked with her creative writing. But by simply incorporating regular walking just in nature, she found her ideas began to flow more freely. She's been able to reconnect with her passion of storytelling. Why am I telling you this? Well, she's a type 4, which means she moves to a type 1. So sometimes engaging with your integration number, your growth path number, is going to create a really powerful response. So if you're listening to this and you've done a little bit of Enneagram work, why not try your growth path number ideas and see how they can support you in creativity? If you've got no idea what I'm on about, that is quite deep Enneagram work. And it's something that we cover in the Blueprint Typing session with me, a one-to-one session spending 60 minutes learning all about your Enneagram type and how that specifically is impacting your world. Your growth path, your stress path, your defense mechanisms, your stance, your center of intelligence. We look at how you respond to the world, and how you can step into a more empowered and aligned version of you. So booking in a Blueprint Typing session can be a really great way to kickstart that personal guidance journey. You can find a link in the show notes to book in, and I would love to do that work with you. Unlocking your creative potential is about embracing your unique strength and finding ways that you navigate your challenges. And so that's why I love using the Enneagram for creative and innovative work. The Enneagram offers this really powerful framework. It helps you understand yourself better and create more freely and authentically. One of my favorite quotes about the Enneagram is, the Enneagram doesn't put you in a box. It shows you how to get out of the box you're already in. And this is so true here. I am not trying to box you in creatively. You are already boxed in creatively. You did that yourself. Let me show you how to get out of it. If you found today's discussion helpful, I would love to know. Send me a little message, leave a voice note on the podcast. You can find the link to that in the show notes. And keep showing up to your creativity. Embracing this part of yourself is so beautiful and it's such a fulfilling journey. And I encourage you to keep going with it. Can't wait to hear how you get on. I'll see you next time. If Guided the podcast resonated with you, why not share it on your socials or send it to your friends? And if you have a spare moment, I would love it if you could leave me a review. These small gestures are free and they're invaluable in helping me amplify the reach of Guided the podcast, connecting us with more empowered women who are eager to increase their well-being. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop with our latest episodes. By subscribing, you'll stay connected and receive a weekly dose of inspiration directly to your inbox. Thank you for being a part of our community, for showing up, and for your commitment to personal growth and self-discovery. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, and keep exploring the depths of your own inner wisdom.